Oh, so I finally have your attention. Ooh, wow, okay. Well, let's see. How many lifetimes has that taken? Okay, well, anyways. So, got you here. So, let's talk about the sins of the father. Well, if anyone were to know the sins of the father, that would be me. Let me tell you. My sun is Capricorn in Vedic astrology terms. And that is ruled by Capricorn. So, but I brought you here today to talk to you about which gender won the Pluto return of America. Dun 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 dun! The award goes to women. Duh! Are we surprised? No. So, let's talk about this. Why am I being so bold in saying that? Well, the science, the final proof has been in for a while. Let's be honest. I was actually writing about this before Halloween, and probably about a month or so before Halloween. But which is the month of October, which is number 10. Anyways, I waited to say it because I thought, you know what? I don't want to talk about, men and women yet and kind of play that up yet, just because, I'm coming out and talking about being an astrologer, and I don't want people to think I'm, I want people to know that I love everybody and I don't love just one, sign or anything. I love everyone. By the way, I am going to be talking and using these products. I got this new lip liner. It's a liquid. It's like a liquid lip liner. It's so interesting. So, are going to be talking and doing makeup at the same time. And I got this lilac Gucci highlighter. So it's called Frosted Lilac. And I just think it's so pretty. So anyways, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how which sex won the Pluto return of America, or the Pluto return of the world, to be honest. You might be, some people are disappointed that we have our next president will be a man, but it's really the women that are more emotionally evolved and advanced. The final proof is what I was saying, arrived this past week, so loud and clear, it was undeniable. And it really, really inspired me to talk about this right now, because what I try to do as a, lover of science is I try to wait until all of the facts, data, and science is complete before I come out and, promote something or whatever. And the thing is that it's not in the control of men to do that. So the proof is, for those of you who want the science, astrologers or whoever, really into science, the proof is Venus is traveling faster than anything right now. And Venus always catches up to Mars. The moon is always faster than the sun. Eve was the one who wanted to expand in the garden, not Adam. So why is this such a concept that we don't understand, that women are more emotionally evolved? This is because we are more sexually advanced. Sexual energy is emotional energy. The reason why people haven't really brought all these concepts together yet is because we are behind in emotional evolution because of Neptune. And I'm excited because Neptune is going direct, and this will facilitate a lot of different changes in our mind and our emotions, but it will also it will bring a lot more things clear. And a lot of this is why I've been saying for so long on my on my Instagram or whatever, that this is going to shift masculine and feminine energy. And this is because of this Neptune energy. And there's so much that goes into it. I will actually probably write a book about it too. And I don't want to give too much away actually right now, but the facts remain that it's going to become more clear and more evident that women are more emotionally advanced. You will find men coming out and being more narcissistic, more weird. We can talk about relationships next, but what I wanted to say is women are more sexually advanced than men. And so therefore we have more emotional power. And women should always be respected and honored and cherished for that. And now a lot of times in relationships, women want to advance the relationship. You see what I'm saying? We want to advance relationships, and we want things to move forward. That's actually very Mars energy. It's very action forward, but men aren't going to be as emotionally advanced and ready for things to happen. So I've learned this the hard way because my 7th house is Aries, and I'm always wanting to have this cardinal energy where I'm always wanting to initiate relationships and initiate this kind of thing, initiate getting together and coming together and being and making things bigger and better and improving them and making them beautiful. That's where my strength is. And I, unfortunately, in this age and in this world where men are so emotionally not as evolved, it really is a backfire until we can get men to kind of have a boost. And these things take time, we need to have more patience. We need to have more love. And it's like your energy is always going to be right, but it might not be the right timing. So then at that point, what you do is just say, bye. You let it go. You let that go, because you don't ever want to be in a place where you are the woman who is chasing a man. No, the man needs to be a man. Men need to own up to their role and be the men initiating relationships. You don't want to do, and you want to learn from my mistakes in regards to relationships. And men need to start, and they will begin for the next at least 20 years, if not more. Men are going to begin to become more self-aware, and they are going to begin overcoming their issues with Neptune and the deceitfulness of their hearts, and the deceit from on, like, not even knowing, like not even having feelings. Some of these people, some men don't even really have feelings. And I'm not saying that men are cursed. I'm just saying we're all evolving, and we're all emotionally evolving, and it's women that can help teach and lead, and it's women who have the more important role, because we're leading more of the collective. So we need to have a higher place value in terms of respect. And the thing is that, like, people get confused with me because I'm very yang, right? I'm an Aquarius. I'm very yang. It's very masculine. I come off I intimidate people in person. But you know, like, I don't know, maybe even on my social media or whatever, but there's always a difference. Like, if a man doesn't show up in your physical reality, then it's an illusion. It's a deceit, and it's a delusion. Like, you shouldn't even be paying attention to that. Like that's the emotional energy that we have to come through, because we're going through this left brain, right brain scenario in our minds, and then there's a bunch of things happening in our bodies, in our physical bodies, and everything's on God's timetable, and not everything aligns at the same time. So you either have to wing it or trust the people that know what to do. And where men are going to end up arriving in the next 20 years is trusting more of their intuition. Because the thing is that in order to act upon your highest power, you have to be sexually evolved, and you have to know what feels good and what feels right and what you want to create. So men are coming. Men will be evolving more in this area in the next 20 years, and probably, I would say, even longer. But I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and believe in, men who are more, advanced, that they will, like, understand quicker. Because when I say something, and when I know something and I say it, it's because I know it's going to happen, or that I know it's true. I don't say anything. I don't talk until I have the proof and I know. And I'm very detached that way. I can be very detached. And if I don't see that it's going to work out, I won't say anything. So if I say something to you, that means I already have the fucking science and the proof. So, and if you don't act upon that, then that's because you're more scared, or you're not as evolved emotionally as you think you are. And this can be ego issues. Neptune also deals with the ego, and like our pineal glands. And so this is also something that you want to be aware of in relationships. And the thing is that with men, they have the power to be really good in that space if they are at that point where they can evolve. If it's not that point of evolution for them, that means the planets know better, and you should just disengage and work on yourself and your own life and your own ego. Correct. It's going to bring about a lot of different things in people, to where you're going to notice a lot of emotional changes with how people think and feel. You're going to notice narcissism more. you're going to notice these things as these energies balance out. And you're going to notice that you might feel differently about things that you didn't even realize that you would. Like you might completely change your mind on things too. So you're gonna be there's gonna be some shifts and changes, especially with the retrograde, like, you know, Mars going retrograde and Neptune coming direct. There's going to be a switcheroo, and you know, you're gonna want to pay attention. And like, it could be, you know, it could be with different things, like things that you're interested in too. This is a lip balm, by the way, and it feels so nice. It feels really, really good. The masculine energy of Mars, per se, is thinking about relationships. What a coincidence. So, in the house of business, you know, relationships and all that. So, let's see. Oh, 2 malefics in the 2nd and the 7th house. So yeah, so we can either look at things, we can always look at things from 2 different perspectives, like if things are going to be negative or positive. But the thing is regardless of that, I wanted you to understand that that's okay if women are more emotionally advanced than men. Like that's, it's not something that we should be like, like they do. Oh, like we're better than you are or whatever. It's more of a humbling thing because we have to lead, but that also gives more of a responsibility to not engaging in our deceptive emotional energy. So, you know, it's just one of those things that things are going to have to be, you know, it's going to take some time and all that. And with the US right now is in Rahu Mahadasha as a collective destiny. So I wrote this earlier. It will affect hormonal changes of men and women as well as the yin and yang polarities. This is what I wrote. This brings about rapid transformation, both positive and negative, emotional turbulence, stress, and anxiety, which can in turn affect the endocrine system and other hormone levels. Men, okay, and so I already said the men are, I don't need to say that again. I don't need to keep harping on it. But this is a time that calls for patience, love, and understanding for yourself and others as you influence these energies to work out and balance themselves out. And then on the flip side, on the more positive side of this, I wanted to explain that this is also a time, Neptune direct, that we can think of as like, which path are we going on spiritually? Like, which path are we going to be grounded with our feet in, and where are we going to be heading towards and walking towards on like our spiritual path? So because this is, Neptune rules the pineal gland, so this is, you know, higher intuition and higher consciousness. So we're going to be tapping more into that. We're going to be we might be more heightened with toxins and chemicals. So what's going to happen, probably also in the next 20 years, I'm just going to make a prediction about this now, but we're going to be a little bit more sensitive to toxins and chemicals, because we are going to be facilitating into this more Neptunian sort of spiritual energy, where we're going to be more sensitive and self-aware, which is what I've been saying for a while now. We're going to be becoming more self-aware, and this is part of Neptune's role in this whole facilitation process. In the end, it's going to help us have more spiritual well-being, and we're going to be able to tap more into that, to the subtle energies, so they will be more heightened, so that we can understand our spirituality even more. So that's what I foresee in, like the next 20 years or so, with this shift that's kind of, working in that direction, as we've just entered, some new cycles with things. The sciences will be integrating more, and we will be getting more information about how we can revolutionize things. Ultimately, the Aquarian energy is, yes, it's the humanitarian, but it's also about revolutionizing things and making them better. And as we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde, as that shift happens as well, we're looking at the past, right? And so we're thinking, like, how can we fix things and make things better from the past, towards a better future? So this is what we can learn right now from that. So what I would recommend is just be careful of people popping out of the woodworks that are like narcissistic. If you're experiencing emotional changes with your friend groups and everything, just see how you feel about things. See what feels better, because ultimately we want things to feel better. And Saturn is normally associated with making things feel bad, and I think that we're coming out of this age where we're coming out of all of these past subconscious dramas, from these outer planets that have such fucking drama, right? Are we allowed to say that on here? I don't even know. And it's interesting, like it's we want to know the answers, right? We want all the facts, and we want to know, but we also want to know Mars is got a lot of energy, and he needs to know where to go, okay? So, until we know where to go, things are going to move more slowly. So that's probably all I should say, right? I still need to be conservative and not get too ahead of myself there, until I have the physical proof in my own reality. So let's recap on the relationship thing. Just if you're in relationships right now, things will get better next year, the next couple of years. I would say things are going to get a lot better for relationships, October or right before 2027. But until then, do your part in your own little community, whatever that is in your own life, your makeup community, your, business community, whatever, you can do those, you can make positive changes to uplift the collective consciousness and help each, be in effect, become more aware, self-aware, Because when we're not self-aware, then that's the emotional energy that is going to feel really betrayed right now. For example, you know, with the election stuff, that party is going to feel emotionally very, upset because they felt like they didn't win, and it's things like that where they're going to feel slighted and all that. But the most powerful energy will always win. So so just have faith in God, that God always knows what's right for you, and that God will always protect you, and that a father always knows when to let you learn on your own, and a mother always knows when to protect you and to lead the path correctly. So with that said, I hope you're intrigued, and men are still wonderful. I love men. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, we need to have a little bit more kindness, love, and patience. And that's all. Like, I have no ill will towards men at all. It's just, with my placements, I've seen so much. And, for another example, I'm going to give you one last example of proof of what I'm saying, is on a chart that I did, where this man's Neptune was conjunct his Mars in the 5th house. Okay. And amidst this Rahu Mahadasha that we're in also, which is intense right on its own as well, this person did not know how to use his masculine energy for a relationship. Like, he did not know how, where to shift this energy. So then he went into his deception with Neptune. Like, he went into his deceptive. He deceived himself. He is deceiving everyone around him. He's not allowing his heart to win. So this is the example. This is one example that I'm giving you of that. So men can tend more towards this energy, and it's being, with me, with like everything in life, like, I've just mostly learned how to be patient and loving, and because I'm literally the last one on the entire fucking list. So I have no choice but to be like patient. So it's just, sometimes you have to just, especially for women, like, I want to just encourage you so much to just work on yourself, even if it's inward, just working on yourself. You don't need a man to complete you. You don't need that. It's great. It can magnetize, and it can definitely double the power load, but you don't need that in your life. Like, you're good on your own. So I just wanted you to know that I believe in you, and I love you, and that everything's gonna work out. Everything has a time and a place, and God's purpose will always be right and will always be fulfilled. So just believe that everything will work out. Don't have a deceptive belief about that. Know that it's actually true. Get your astrology reading done and believe in yourself. And until next time, and I really loved this, by the way, and this was bomb. I'll link everything on the video. Love you. Bye.